Tuesday. Good Lord, it's Tuesday, and that means Epic Racing Association. AMP, Grading and Excavation, late model stock cars, the World Series of Speedway Racing at Thompson Speedway, presented by Wayne's Towing and Flatbeds tonight. I have got 18 hot shoes checked in for the action here. Good to be back with them. Everybody took last week off after the major weather event in the east and southeast. Wanted to give everybody a chance to get their things back together, check on family, do whatever they needed to do. So they took the week off, and they are back in action tonight. Hello to everybody out there in viewer land. Great to have all of you with us as always. Let's have some fun tonight. Make sure you get your over-unders for caution count tonight in before they roll off the grid to start the 100-lap main event. 100-lapper tonight, guys. Big, long one. Hopefully not too long. Not that I mind the racing. Just don't want to see these guys have to endure a lot of cautions. Oh, let's look through. Oh, man, why you only got a few minutes? We're getting started on time tonight, buddy. It should be your lunch break. Let's go down. We'll look through our field of cars. There's your winner from last night over at Mars. Matt Knowles drew the pole on the redraw. Went flag to flag. Barely had a challenge. And he only had a challenge right at the start of the race. He and Reed Rundle were side by side for a handful of laps. But Matt Knowles picked up his first ever Mars Series victory last night. He's in the field. Your champion from over at the Mars Series. Snatched it away on the final night, the final race, when Joey Connor had major issues in his heat race, and then parlayed that into a gigantic issue about 5 or 6 laps into that feature. And Adam Vinny came away with an emotional championship there. His partner in crime right behind him, there's the old lumber dude's got the limousine up front, the jack wagon behind him. The jack wagon keeps getting up there under the bumper of the 11 car, so you know definitely that name suits him well. Bob Eldred right behind those guys. That crazy green and black car, and I love that thing. I love that ski. It's just, it looks different when you see it from both sides. Completely different looking car, and that's amazing. He made a great run in his rookie debut last week through the field. Had to start at the back. Yeah. Well, man, I'm glad to see people are throwing in on that thing. I hope some of the reports that I'm hearing about the stuff that's going on in Carolina and everywhere is like really false, because if it's not, yeah, that is a very sad state of affairs, and I hope the same thing doesn't happen to the people of Florida. But I'm sure Ron DeSantis will have plenty to say if some stuff like that gets started there. But it is qualifying time. We're going to get drivers out rolling around. Let's jump out here. Here comes Mr. Knowles. Several out. Sean McLaughlin also on track. 77 machine. I don't know if Barbara's here yet or not. I haven't seen her in the chat, but I'm sure that she is here watching. John Payette in the 5 car. McLaughlin, quick time right now, 20:85, immediately bumped out by Knowles in a 20:46 right there. Adam Vinny on track, and I think he is coming down to complete his up-to-speed lap. He is getting on to the time clock now. Matt Eddy went quick time. McLaughlin now goes back to the top, 20:42. Reed Rundle is on track. We're watching Adam Vinny to get around here, at least the first one. We're waiting for Dylan Connor, Joey Connor to get out here. I see the 91. Maybe Joey's not here tonight. I don't see the 90 car. Still McLaughlin, and then Eddie and Knowles. First time around. Oh, Stephen Pierce, 20:39, goes sub 20:40. Vinny was 7th quick on his first lap. Rundle about to complete his first. Second lap for Adam Vinny. 8th quick as Reed Rundle jumps ahead of him. 20:54. Rundle's got a lot of work to do. He's got to pick up about 2/10 if he is going to jump to the head of this field. Eldred and Connor not taking time. Whoa, he is not going to best that lap. That car got way out of shape. Be lucky if that's a 21. 20:62, and I think he was on track to go a little faster until that car went into a four-wheel drift in turn number 4. Wow, that was a wild ride right there, and I thought for a second he might have a shot. But it looks like it did not materialize. So, Stephen Pierce will be quick time this evening. Sean McLaughlin, second quick. Eddie Knowles and Austin D'Amore with a good qualifying effort this week. And possibly Dylan Connor could be no cue for 2 in a row feature wins. I'm going to go with that is the reason. I think I remember falling into the admin chat at the end of the night last week, and they were talking about something like that. I mean, he has got a 12-point lead in the standings with the current scoring over Justin Moore. Adam Vinny is third in the points. He's only 14 points back. Jeff Werdeman is 15 points back, and Matt Herzog. I haven't seen Mark Herzog's name in a while, but that's what I got out of the standings page. So if those are wrong, my apologies. I just grabbed what I could get. Oh. And on Randy Brunner's thoughts there, yeah, we're sending a lot of thoughts down to Florida. We know a lot of people have property. We know a lot of people that live down there. I know a few people have evacuated. One just happened to be out of town anyway. He is locked into some musical gigs out in Las Vegas right now, but his father is still on the east side of that Florida Panhandle, Daytona Beach area, where they're going to, Port Orange to be exact, but they're going to be getting the brunt of that going across, and it should be down to maybe a Category 2 or Category 1 by the time it gets there, right before it picks back up. But they'll be on the back side of that as it picks back up a little bit of steam when it hits the other side from the Gulf and gets into the Atlantic out there. So a lot of prayers for them. We've got some other family and friends down there that are just going to ride it out. So fingers crossed. A photo was sent to me by... Oh, we have already done a... Oh, we missed the live randomizer. Oh, that's my fault. That is my fault. For the redraw, we have missed the randomizer. That was my fault for missing that. I knew we were forgetting something. See what happens when you take a week off? You just get all discombobulated. Oh, man, look at this. Matt Eddy is going to start on the pole. Stephen Pierce is going to fall back one spot. Quick qualifier, and he'll start on the outside of the front row. Jeff Werdeman will start inside row number 2 next to Sean McLaughlin. Matt Knowles and Reed Rundle in row 3, and Austin D'Amore will have that 7th redraw position on the inside of that 4th row. Warm up. The guys are in a driver's meeting right now. Oh, well, Mr. Wynn, no wonder you are down there at about 12th. Explains a lot. You can't hit the wall. It slows your car down. Just FYI. For next time, do not hit the wall. Makes your car go slower. And if you hit it on the first lap, it makes it go slower for both laps. Just, putting that out there for you, my man. Casey Wynn talking to us here in the chat over on YouTube. Got Twitch, got YouTube. I haven't seen a Facebooker yet. If you're on Facebook, say hi. Guys, you don't have long. If you're going to do over-under with us tonight, you do not have long to get your over-under in. As always, my number is 7. I am always going to choose number 7. If we have 7 cautions in 100 laps, I will be disappointed, to say the very least. Yeah, Barbara. Barbara's kind of been pretty faithful to the number 6. Randy Brunner 4. Randy, I think, didn't you win last time 2 weeks ago? Pretty sure I've got that written down on one of these little post-it notes here somewhere. I need to get a hold of you anyway. As soon as these T-shirt proofs come back. Oh, Big Bill with 11. Wow, Bill. You are expecting this to be a knockdown drag out then, huh? We were talking about Casey Wynn hitting the fence. That's Casey there in that white and pink car, the one that just blinked out in the middle of my screen. He's now back, but yeah, I'm going to need to stay in touch with you about that because as soon as we get these new T-shirts ready to go, I'm going to send you a T-shirt. Right now, we're working on 3 different T-shirts. Our Digital Sim Sports Network shirts, our Dirt Racing Network shirts, and the new Monday Night Thunder League shirts. So, are you just... Uh-oh, Ron Griffin. Ron, didn't you get something here a while back? Didn't you pick up one of these? Maybe it was somebody else. I can't remember. It was like 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I tried to get somebody to message me, and I never did hear from them. I figured they just weren't that interested. They just wanted to play along. Right now, 4, 6, 7, 9, and 11 have been chosen, guys. You got until they roll off the grid to get your over-under numbers in. Once the pace car rolls away from the grid, whether one driver rolls away or not, we close the over-under. Well, thank you for your honesty. Buffoonies. What is happening here? Well, that'll be fun to try to figure out. All right, man. We're going to get down to it. This guy's just got a couple of more minutes here. There's a 91 car. Expect him to be quick. And he was quickest in practice. He is quickest here in this one. Was not a qualifier, so he's got his work cut out. Going to have to go all the way to the back. That's a good... So maybe it was you that I was thinking I had to get in contact with, but I'm not sure. I know somebody won a couple of weeks ago, and I never did hear anything, I don't believe, so... I don't remember if it was you or not. I was thinking it was somebody else, but I don't see that post-it note around here now, so cleaning lady probably got it. boys are getting at it in the warm-up, just like it looks like we're going to have some good 2-3 wide racing here. This could get pretty exciting. Okay, all right, all right. I will definitely be getting back in touch as soon as we get all this worked out, because we need to get the proofs back to make sure these shirts are going to be right. I saw a mock-up, but it wasn't a proof. It was just a, is this the layout you want type of deal. So we'll work on that. But we are getting ready, and we know this is going to shake up a little bit here. And we're going to swap things around. We're going to start. Adam Vinny is the first car that is going to start where they say they are in this lineup. And he's going to roll off outside the 4th row. 52 of Colin Penn. And the 5 of John Payette making up a row number 5. The 87, Justin Moore, will start inside row number 6 next to Josh Westendorf in the 92 car. Andrew Perry, 33. He's got row 7 the inside. And he'll have his teammate Marvin Turnmeyer in the 16 on his outside. Turnmeyer had a good run last night at Mars, finished on the podium in 3rd. And took home 3rd in the points. Chris Griffin, the 12 car, row 8 inside. Next to Casey Wynn in the 05. Dylan Connor is going to start the 9th row inside the 91 car next to Bob Eldred. And we're going to go back to our front. We're going to do this the hard way. And we're going to put Matt Eddy on the pole next to Stephen Pierce. That's row 1, the 88 and 24. The 81 of Jeff Werdeman, the 77. Sean McLaughlin, they make up row number 2. The 15 of Matt Knowles. And the 43 of the Lumber Dude Jackwagon Reed Rundle in row number 3. And then Austin DeMore will fill in that spot on the inside lane next to Adam Vinny. All right, so over-unders are closed. We'll see what we get for numbers at the end of this thing. Pace trucking out of the way.
Green flag, green flag.
And the green flag falls in between of the start zone cones. Stephen Pierce and Matt Eddy. And Eddy chose the outside. And it worked to his favor. He's got the lead down the backstretch. Pierce in second. McLaughlin off the high side is going to grab third. Now the battle's going to be for that 4th spot. Reed Rundle looks like he's going to take that away from Jeff Werdeman. Adam Vinny now up to 6th. They're going to be single file pretty much all the way back to right here. That's Westendorf and Justin Moore. And that's going to be 10th and 11th. And I think they'll get this sorted out by the time we come out of turn number 4. Payette should be able to get away from Moore. And I think the momentum is going to be enough to keep. Whoa, big slide from Justin Moore, and he's going to give up a couple of spots. Loses 1 to Westendorf, and now he's in a battle to hang on to 11th with Turnmeyer on the outside. We got action going towards the front. Adam Vinny's worked to the inside of Jeff Werdeman. Got the car a little sideways. So did Werdeman. Werdeman smacked the fence out of 2. Vinny inside the top 5. Matt Knowles now working the bottom. He's trying to take 6th away. Werdeman with a good run out of 2. Enough momentum to grab the spot back, so keep him 6th. Knowles 7th. Here comes DeMoore. I don't know if you want to be on the inside. I think you want to be on that middle lane more now. Just looks like there's too much momentum on the exit of the corners. You're not having to wait on the car as long. Get the throttle down just a little earlier. Knowles uses it to his advantage. Grabs 7th spot back away. We're single file through the field. Matt Eddy has the lead, but I think we're about to see Pierce and McLaughlin get into a tussle. Tough sledding getting out the exits. McLaughlin's car got just a tiny bit sideways out of 2. We'll watch him out of 4. And it looked again like he slid the right rear just a little. You can't do that too often. That right rear will start to heat up, gain a little air pressure, and the next thing you know, that car is all over the place through the corners, riding around on a slippery banana peel. He is trying to figure out where he can plant the throttle and get a run and try to get around Pierce. Matt Eddy's making it look pretty easy out front. They got a long ways to go. You're talking 20-second laps, so you get about 3 laps a minute. We got 100 laps. They're going to be doing this for over a half hour if we stay green. I think if we see a caution anywhere between about lap 40 and 60, you're going to see every one of these guys go try to get fresh tires. Everybody is slipping and sliding right now. Top 5 in a small breakaway. And you can see that preferred line up top. McLaughlin's going to make a move to the inside. It's just not going to pan out. Goes to the inside, middle of the corner again. You cannot get enough drive. He is going to have to be patient, maybe wait. Try to catch Pierce when he moves to the inside and throttle up and try to get the fender on the outside and keep it there. So he can have the preferred line in the next corner maybe. And these cars have a lot of horsepower on a slick track. Got to kind of tiptoe through here. We're not seeing much in the way. We are seeing a little bit of action back here as Colin Penn went down on the flat trying to get a run alongside Josh Westendorf. This is going to be for 13th and 14th. There's Dylan Connor. He wants to use the high line, use the momentum, and go around Colin Penn. Marvin Turnmeyer, fastest car. He's running 9th, and he was the fastest car last lap by about a 10th. Colin Penn used the inside, finally got around Westendorf, and here comes Connor. He's trying to do the same thing, and he'll get that done middle of turns 1 and 2. So maybe enough rubber getting put down on the bottom now. There's a little bit of grip. Matt Eddy still holding it half a second. Pierce fending off McLaughlin. Rundle and Vinny are right there. Werdeman trying to close in. It looks like he is making some headway. Knowles behind him. Payette's in 8th, and then Turnmeyer, who was the fastest car couple of laps ago. He's still one of the fastest too. He and John Payette 2070 to 2075 at the guys at the front. Bob Eldred right behind that. 8 positions improved since we dropped the green flag. Is the only car that's really moving forward with any kind of rapidness right now. He started 18th. He's running 10th. Westendorf and Wynn are going at it towards the back of the pack. This is back here around 15th and 16th. And let Casey Wynn have the spot. 20 laps in the book, starting lap number 21 right here, about a fifth of the way through this thing. And Adam Vinny took a peek on his teammate coming out of 2, but he got right back in line behind him. Caution for the first time. I don't have anything in red. I do not know. Well, we're going to find out. Because Josh Westendorf is going to have an issue. He got back alongside Casey Wynn. Oh, he got up into that rough stuff way at the top. He slid the car pretty good that time. I don't see anything bad here. I'm not sure how he ended up all crunched up. Well, he and Austin DeMore look like they're minding their own. I don't know where the yellow flag came out at, but it was on lap 20. It's got to be right here. Oh, little net code. Little net code brought those two together. That's what caused all that. Okay, it took long enough to find it. So we're almost a quarter of the way through. We'll slow things down just a bit. Let everybody catch their breath. Eddie Pierce, McLaughlin, Rundle, Vinny are the top 5. Werdeman, Knowles, Payette, Turnmeyer, and Eldred, the top 10. Perry, Moore, Penn, Connor, and Wynn through 15th. And then DeMore and Westendorf and Griffin, and DeMore and Westendorf are the two that got together on the front stretch a couple of laps ago. A little early for any kind of pit stops. Everybody getting them in line now. We're going to get ready to go green out of 4. Pace truck out of the way into the start zone. Green flag back in the air. Once again, Matt Eddy off the top side will grab the lead down the backstretch, and Reed Arundel with a good run out of 2 moves himself into second. Pierce now trying to defend to that third spot. McLaughlin jumped into the vacated area that Rundle left, but he wasn't able to get a fender alongside, and now he's going to go back to fighting with the 24. Behind that, Jeff Werdeman and Adam Vinny are going at it. It's a battle to stay in the top 5. And that higher line just has a lot more momentum. Werdeman should surge ahead right here, and he'll clear Vinny, and Vinny will get in line in front of Payette. Eldred got to get a restart, and he moved from 10th to 8th. He's tucked in behind John Payette right there, and then they're side by side behind that, Justin Moores and Matt Knowles. And then Dylan Connors worked his way up here inside the top 11. He's looking to see if Justin Moore can get clear of Knowles. Maybe he can use that high side. And make forward progress. Out of 2 and move him into the 10th spot. So a 17th place start. He's running in 10th. So we're almost single file back up here to the front. Adam Vitti did the cut down in turn 2 or turn 4, and we're going to have caution. Oh, boy. I don't think the 33 is the caution. I think he is going to get caught up in it here. Oh, yeah. Nope. Just another one of those 2 cars in the same piece of real estate at the exact same moment. And Casey Wynn and Andrew Perry come together. I don't really think any of them did anything wrong, either one of them, that is. Did anything necessarily wrong. They just got a little too close together on the exit. And all it takes is a little touch. As light as you can get these cars, they tend to maneuver around when you push them on the corners. So we'll slow things down again. We got about 8 or 9 laps in there. Still haven't reached that window where I think any of these guys would pit and get fresh tires. I think fuel isn't a factor at all. Marvin Turnmeyer makes a liar out of me. He goes in and gets skins. Dylan Connor does the same. Westendorf. Wynn is going to get some repairs done. Westendorf also. Perry's in. He needs repairs. Chris Griffin. I don't think his car was damaged too much. Austin DeMoore is gone. He must have had major issues. He has taken that car all the way to the trailer. Beards Conson in the house. So now the restart gets a little different for a couple of these guys because Rundle had the outside on the last restart, and he started outside the second row there. Got around Pierce. Pierce will have... Oh, Pierce took the inside. So now that's going to give Sean McLaughlin an advantage. He's going to be in the same position that Rundle was. He may be able to move himself from 4th to 2nd here. Has been thus far. Has been a good evening thus far. Just crossed the 3rd of the race mark a couple of laps ago. We're going to go back to green here. Lap number 38, I believe. I'm not sure that little pylon is always correct. Trust it like I trust convenience store sushi. So. Alrighty, about to get back at it. Green flag coming out. Matt Eddy getting us restarted. McLaughlin timed it pretty good. He's going to stay right on that bumper, and Reed Rundle is going to have a hard time out of 2. Hanging on to 2nd here. Yeah, McLaughlin with a big run. He'll pull alongside. It is just a matter of time, I think. And Reed Rundle is going to have to give up P2 here. Oh, not now. McLaughlin finds the fence out of 4. So Rundle gets a gift. McLaughlin to 3rd. Vinny on the high side of Pierce trying to take 4th away. Contact. That was Pierce getting a little loose. I think we're going to see a caution. Oh, big check up there. Wow, what a little piece of driving that ends up being. We'll go back. Let's get the drone cam going, and we'll watch this. Yeah, Stephen Pierce up the hill a little bit. Adam Vinny didn't put the car right against the fence. And Pierce off track, and he smacks the inside wall. That'll shake things up. We're going to get another restart, which is pretty wild. Jeff Wardeman headed down pit road. Chris Griffin on pit road as well. He's been there for a minute. That car must be heavily damaged because he has been there for about 5 or 6 laps now. So Westendorf back on track, a couple of laps down. Casey Wynn, 3 laps down. And Andrew Perry, 4 laps down. All back on track. We'll see if they get some wave arounds here. Both Pierce and Werdeman on pit road in Pierce's car. Having damage on the right rear and the right front where he slid it into the wall. And they're going to shut the engine off, and that one's going to sit there for a minute. There goes Casey Wynn with a wave by. We'll see. I think Westendorf already got one. We'll see if Andrew Perry gets one as well. Here he comes. He's going to get a wave by also. Westendorf up to the back of the pack again. So we got 12 cars on the lead lap. Caution number 3. Nobody chose 1, 2, or 3. Randy Brunner is up next at 4. $57 laps to go. Eddie has led every lap, started on the pole, chose the outside. He's done that every start and restart, and it's working out for him. I think the high line is where you want to be. I think down on that patched part of the track, it's just not fast enough. You got to wait too long for the car. The radius is really tight, and up there on that upper line, if you can stay in the black area, you got a good chance to keep your momentum up. If you get a little bit above that, it gets really rough. This track's super rough at the top. You cannot go up and run by the fence. All right, pace truck out of the way. We're about to be in the restart zone, and the green flag out once again. A lot better start on the inside this time for Rundle. He'll be side by side through the center of the corner. Now he's going to have to fall in line right in front of his teammate, Adam Vinny, who used the top side to get around McLaughlin into 4th, and now McLaughlin trapped on the bottom. Bob Eldred. Adam Vinny pounds the outside wall out of turn number 4. That's what he was trying to avoid when he and Pierce got together, was stay away from that fence. And Pierce came just a little bit wide. They touched, and Pierce went for a ride. Now Vinny uses the high side and clears McLaughlin. And there's Eldred. I was talking about that guy. He started 18th. He is now battling for the 4th position with the 77 of McLaughlin, and he made that look too easy. And McLaughlin moves up the hill, slams the door. Oh!
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Oh, boy. Sean McLaughlin come up, and he slammed the door on Marvin Turnmeyer right there. And Turnmeyer just barely bumped him getting down into turn 3 and 4. Round he goes. Payette gets a piece. Justin Moore gets a piece. Payette gets some more. Everybody else looks like they missed it. And heavy damage to 77, especially left front. He'll take that thing straight to the attention of the crew, and we'll see if they can do anything with it. But couple of laps and right back to yellow flag we go. So that puts Randy Brunner on the hot seat right now for over-under. Nobody is at 5. Then we get into Barb and the host at 6 and 7, and then we're open till we get to 9. We aren't halfway. This is caution number 4. I don't know. I don't think we're going to get there, but I think we might be able to get to 9. So now it gets a little more interesting at the front. Matt Eddy, he's going to start on the outside. I guarantee it. Reed Rundle's going to have to start on the inside again. He got a great start last time. He got the benefit of Adam Vinny dragging the fence just a tiny bit and opening things up and letting him in. Vinny is going to be on the inside, and Eldred, who is just crawling through the field at will, is going to have a really good opportunity to move into the top 3. Wave around cars once again. Looks like Penn or Westendorf win. Maybe Andrew Perry is going to get a wave around. We're waiting to see. I think Wynn is going to be back on the lead lap. Westendorf is on the lead lap. McLaughlin back on track. He is. He's 3 laps down. But the car looks pretty decent. Looks like they got all the fenders pretty well pulled out. Got everything squared up and straightened up. Best they could. Got new shoes on it. John Payette's on pit road. He did get a piece of that. He definitely got a pretty hefty piece of Sean McLaughlin being sideways right there. So we're getting ready to go back to green. We've just crossed over halfway. We're going to restart on lap number 53. End of caution number 448 laps.
Green flag.
Still to go. Green flag back in the air. Rundle got a good start. Can he stay alongside getting out of 2? Oh, big wiggle right there. It's going to open things up for Eldred. Eldred will be beside Eldred. From the back of the pack, now battling for second place with Rundle. Bob Eldred. Can he get the spot? He should be able to drive away right here out of 2. Rundle will get up in the hole quickly. Justin Moore put the 87 car into the 4 spot. Adam Vinny is trapped on the bottom. There goes Dylan Connor. Connor came from the back. He is going to make a hard charge through the field, move himself into the top 5 right now. Here comes Matt Knowles. Knowles trying to move Vinny back another spot. 55 in the books. And being caught on the bottom. Man, that is just a rough ride right there. Now Vinny's got to try to get in the hole, and he is successful in doing so. Stops the bleeding at P number 7. Werdeman behind that lap car between, and then Turnmeyer and another lap car. I think that's Sean McLaughlin right there. McLaughlin on fresher tires. So last of the lead lap cars, 10th place Josh Westendorf. And now Eldred from 18th to 2nd. We'll see if he can run down and do anything with Matt Eddy right here. Reed Rundle still 3rd. Moore is 4th, or Dylan Connor has other ideas about that. He looked to the inside down the backstretch. Not enough of a run. Didn't chance it. There is damage on the left front of the 87, so that could be hindering that car just a little bit. And Connor just looks like he's way faster. He's able to put the car wherever he wants. He's able to close the gap. He's able to get the nose on the inside on the exits. He just can't keep it there. Knowles is lurking. Vinny is right there lurking. Werdeman trying to stay in touch with this. But back to the front. The top 3 have broken away by a full second over. The battle right there. And Dylan Connor is going to work the inside and clear Justin Moore. Connor has decided it's time to cut the horses loose. Try to get to the front. Adam Vinny saw what he did, and he's trying to do something on the bottom with Matt Knowles. And I think Justin Moore's car is just off enough that he's slowing that upper line down and giving these guys in the bottom a real opportunity to use it and make a couple of quick passes here. That time he cut the line off. Vinny had to give up the exit line. I think the top's going to start to go again as Justin Moore figures things out. Has figured out how to get the 87 car back up to speed. Well, he didn't tear out a 4. He really got sideways. Oh, and Knowles gets into the back of Vinny.
Caution is out. Caution is out.
Adam Vinny was making a move on Justin Moore. And Matt Knowles went to cut down behind him, and Vinny had to wait an extra split second on his car. And I don't think he's got much in the way of damage. I think he'll have to go in and get tires, but I don't think he has much in the way of damage. Uh-oh. Third place, Reed Arundel pulls it down with 35 laps to go, and he goes to the infield looking for tires. So Eddie Eldred, Connor now up to third, and man, I'll tell you what, the two guys that started in the back row sit second and third for this next restart. Werdeman in fourth, Knowles, Westendorf. Everybody else is in the pits, so only 6 cars stayed out. Rundle's going to be in a good spot. He's going to come out 7th, but he is going to be in a pretty good spot, and he's going to be up against some guys that are on a little bit older tires. Westendorf and Knowles in front of him. Werdeman pitted just a little bit ago. There's only 2 cars that haven't made it to pit road, and they run 1-2. Stop getting in there. Wave around cars getting laps back right now. We'll have 11 for sure on the lead lap. Andrew Perry getting a wave around, and he should be back to about 1 lap down, I think. McLaughlin will probably be 2 laps down. Griffin is 13 laps down. And then everybody else looks like they might be out. John Payette, not actually in the pits. That car is already loaded up. Penn, Pierce, and DeMoore. Or Payette, Penn, Pierce, and DeMoore. The 3 Ps. So we're getting down to about 30 to go. And we will be at 31 when we take the white flag. And we're going to extend this caution.
This time we are not going green.
How did Adam Vinny end up a lap down? I did not think that he was in the pits that long. All right, I'm still trying to figure out how he got off the lead lap, but it looks like he's back on the lead lap. We're about to go green. getting weird messages from the living room. You know, I've been wanting to start a YouTube channel. SHIT, my wife says. And I think I'm going to do it because a lot of it's funny.
Green, green, green.
Green flag back in the air. Good start for Eldred in the 13. I think it's just tough sledding, getting off the bottom on cold tires. He will slide up and grab second. Dylan Connor did not get a great restart, and he is going to have to settle into third. Thought he might have a chance to go around Eldred on that top side and maybe get all the way to second. The handicap was no qualifying, so he started at the back. If he came up here and won again, there's no reason to even handicap the guy because you can't slow him down, you can't stop him. He is just a fantastic little driver. That, I believe, was number 5. Maybe number 6. I'm going to have to look. I am going to have to go back and do a caution count. I think that was number 5. We passed you up a couple of cautions ago, Randy. Still Eddie, then Eldred, Connor, Werdeman, Rundle all the way back to 5th already. Turnmeyer 6th, Moore, Westendorf, Vinny, and Knowles at top 10. Last car on the lead lap, Casey Wynn. I am seeing all kinds of smoke. I don't know what that's from. Got to be some kind of weird glitch. There goes Reed Rundle. He is just rolling it down on the bottom. I don't think that's a good idea. Ooh, now Marvin Turnmeyer went in. I thought Turnmeyer was going to try to drift up and push him into the marbles. Didn't work out. I'll tell you what, Matt Eddy cannot get rid of the 13 car. 88 and 13, only 2 cars have not been to pit road one time this entire race. We're now breaking through the 25 to go barrier. And once again, Rundle looked to the inside on Werdeman. He's a half a lane lower. That's going to open it up and let Turnmeyer get a fender contact between the 81 and the 43. And no caution yet.
All right, man. Caution
Now
is
we
out.
get caution.
Caution is out.
That is the 6th caution. So we're sitting on Barb's number with 23 to go. We saw that one kind of happen. Off the corner, and Rundle and Werdeman touch. Oh, and then, oh my goodness. And Marvin Turnmeyer just got smoked getting down into turn 3. Cars behind. Caution hadn't come out, and Turnmeyer was off the pace. Caution didn't come out for quite some time. And I think Turnmeyer actually ended up being the caution because of that. Because Rundle was off in the grass out of the racing line, and iRacing wasn't going to throw a caution for him. But Werdeman ends up kind of taking the brunt of that, and he is going to drop way to the back as well. So it'll be Eddie, Eldred, Connor, Moore, Vinny up to 5th, Knowles, Werdeman, Rundle, Turnmeyer, Wynn are the top 10 right now, but Wynn, Westendorf are in the pits. Andrew Perry should get at least one more wave around. That'll get him closer to the lead lap. There goes Andrew Perry. There goes Sean McLaughlin. McLaughlin is the car that smoked the back of the 16 getting down into turn 3. And to his defense, the caution had not come out, but both the 81 and the 16 were way off pace. And the 16 was in the center of the track. So oh my gosh. It is that time of year. Now I understand the weird message from the living room. The Rocky Horror Picture Show is being aired on some channel. And 30 years ago, I introduced my wife to the cult classic, and she fell deeply in love with that show. I introduced her to the live performances a few years ago, and now that is an annual pilgrimage to go see a live show in front of the movie being shown on the big screen. And it's a riot. It is some of the most fun that we have every year. And so she does not get any begrudging for continually buying tickets to this thing way in advance. I think the 26th of this month I have to attend again. All righty, time for the restart. We are going to have about 18 laps remaining. Are we going to get any more cautions? Well, we'll wait and see. But Eddie and Eldred got a great start. He's going to inch ahead at the line. Can he get through 1 and 2 and grab this lead? Out of 2, Eddie fighting back on the top side. You know that's going to happen. Dylan Connor now trying to get up there. He wants to make a run at getting the lead here. Won the last 2 races in the series. Had to start at the back via no qualifying as a handicap, and he is right back up here. He looks like he's going to take second away from Eldred. Justin Moore is trying to get there, keep Eldred on the bottom. 91 clears the 13. 13 is going to get in the hole. Eddie started on the pole. He's led every single lap. He's only been challenged a couple of times. Eldred the last time. And I think Adam Vinny challenged him for about 2 laps earlier in this thing. And now Dylan Connor, he's going to try to do what he did a little while ago to Justin Moore. He's going to try to go to the bottom and make something happen. We're going to go back to 6th because Adam Vinny's on the bottom trying to work on Matt Knowles. Get himself back in the top 5. Turnmeyer and Werdeman are right there. We're going to get back a little closer to the front because it's starting to get interesting. We're going to be inside 14 to go. Connor is there. I don't know if Eddie has been playing a little possum. Connor has been to pit road once. I want to say he went in there about 30, 35 laps into this thing. I think he went in on one of the cautions. I said, I think it's still too early. But he's alongside now working on the bottom. Moves Eddie up the hill. Muscles his way around. And once again, the 91 car is out in front. There goes Eldred for a ride. Man, he did a great job of saving that. Only lost 1 spot. Fell from 3rd to 4th. And now, from 17th starting position all the way to the front. And Dylan Connor starting to pull away. Matt Eddy led the first 88 laps. Here comes Justin Moore in the 3rd spot, but Eldred may not be done with this run. He is going to try to find a way to get that fender in there and get Moore either pinned way down low or get him moved out and get him in those marbles in the middle of the corner. And a good run down the hill out of 2. It's not going to be enough to close this gap. Connor really starting to get away. 8 to go. He's out to 7/10 of a second. Matt Knowles having another good night. He's in the top 5. Adam Vinny's fighting, trying to get back around Turnmeyer. Not going to happen there. Turnmeyer into the 6th spot. Vinny 7th. Werdeman is 8th. Then Arundel is 9th and Wynn is 10th. And Eldred just missed getting on the podium last week. with a charge through the field. As a rookie, he's got to start at the back and prove himself. I'm sure he has proven himself. 2 weeks in a row, drives from the back to the front, no incidents. And he is trying to get back on the podium. Was there a little bit ago. Got trapped on the bottom. Wave lap that time. 5 to go for Dylan Connor. 1.1 seconds in front of Matt Eddy. Justin Moore slips up the hill. Here comes Eldred. They touch down the backstretch. Eldred has the inside. I don't know if that's where he wants to be. He might have to move more up the hill into the marbles. Little cut down action right there, and Eldred gets third back. Outstanding short track racing right there. Little contact, just enough to break momentum, not enough to spin him out. Got the position. And now with 3 laps to go, can he hang on and stay on the podium? I think Matt Knowles is going to make a run at trying to get to 4th here. He's got pressure all over the back end. Turnmeyer driving the wheels off the 16. Here comes Adam Vinny. Vinny's going to look to the inside. Oh, Matt Knowles overdrives the entry into 3 and 4. They're 3 wide coming out of the corner. So Turnmeyer gets 5th anyway. Vinny moves to 6th. Knowles now in a battle for 7th, and he'll take that back from Werdeman. We'll go to the front because the white flag is coming out, and he has made the drive from the last row to the point. And he is almost 2 seconds ahead of the field. He took over with about 13 laps to go. And he'll come out at turn 4, and he'll make it 3 in a row. Dylan Connor wins at Thompson. Matt Eddy 2nd. Bob Eldred with a great podium run in 3rd. Moore and Turnmeyer 4 and 5. The Stig in the photo. I love it. Couldn't love it more. So we'll start finding our drivers, try to grab them and move them into. There's Eldred. So we're going to have to move him a couple of times. Get him up here. I know we wait, but we're going to get Matt Eddy as well. We'll get him moved. And then we will get ready for Mr. Connor. And our random, we're going to get Mr. Knowles as well. So let's get that one. Let's get the random interview out of the way. And it's funny that it's not as random as I usually think it is, because Mr. Knowles, where did you finish? You finished 7th.
Yeah, I don't know that I need to be interviewing today, Roger.
Well, I think it's the rando. We do one random car in our top 3. We got to talk to you last night after a big win over at Mars. Tonight was a whole lot more physical from what I saw, and I don't know, a lot longer at 100 laps. It seems like you worked a little harder for a 7th place finish.
Worked a lot harder, a lot of bumping and banging. I think I might have even been involved in one there. Apologize to Vinny for that one. I'll get with him.
Yeah, it just looked like, tight, close quarters racing and different braking points for a few guys. But getting down in the corners, man, if you got on the bottom, you had to really have a lot fresher tires than the other guy to do anything at all down there.
Yeah, that bottom was sure tough tonight. That top was where it was.
Yeah, it looked a little hairy to me. I don't know that I wanted to be. And I know that you can't go above and get in the marbles up there, because not only are the marbles up there, but the track is super rough at the top. So you're really kind of confined to about a 1.25 car width space.
Yeah, I think that led to all the bumping and banging tonight. Everybody's fighting for the same track.
All right, man. Well, give me some shout-outs and some thank yous before we let you head out of here.
Yep, thank you to ERA, sponsor on the hood, EGE Products. Thanks, Roger.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us, Matt. We'll see you next Tuesday night. That's Matt Knowles. He finished in 7th. Our random interview for the night. And now we'll grab a guy that has, in my opinion, proven himself a couple of straight weeks. Like I said, he's got the Stig in there as his driver photo, but he's driven from the back 2 weeks in a row. He just missed the podium last week. He gets on it this week. Bob Eldred, this had to be, nerve-wracking as all get out, but it had to be a lot of fun, too.
It was definitely a lot of fun. I love this track. I hate the setup. I hate iRacing setup for this track. But it was basically just luck of the draw, landing on the outside on restarts, and I got a couple good lucky ones and got lucky enough to skip some of the mess right at the beginning, and I think I picked up 9 spots in 4 laps. And it was just getting lucky.
Yeah, but you still got to get the car home 100 laps. You didn't pit at all, and you were able to fight back against a couple of guys that pitted closer to the halfway point here late in this thing.
Yeah, 10-4. That's what I mean. Like this stock setup here, if you're not waiting on throttle for so long, it's so easy to burn a right front tire off it. Where, I mean, if you're not ready for it, you can burn a right front tire off it in 10, 12 laps. So I think that was a lot of what it was. I would go real hard right off the bat, and then I'd hang tight for a few minutes just to wait for somebody to burn their tires off and then pick off what I could.
Well, a couple of weeks in a row, you've had to start at the back as a rookie, and you've driven your way to the front. Your thoughts about racing in this field and some of the competitive drivers that are in here?
So far, everybody that I've seen in here has been crazy respectful. I mean, I think that if I was in a field of guys that I knew a little bit better and I wasn't so thinking about, hey, I'm a rookie in here, like let's not screw anything up, I probably would have raced Matt a little bit harder here. I probably would have got his door like Dylan did, because that's really the only way to pass on the inside here once it gets down into a run. I wasn't willing to do that, and I just got caught up on the bottom. And but overall, I mean, everybody's been super respectful. It's been great being able to jump in here and for the couple races that I have, and I'm looking forward to continue running it this summer.
All right, man. Well, give me a couple of shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you celebrate a great run and look forward to seeing you next week.
10-4. I don't have much for shout-outs. Shout out to my wife for putting up with me doing this crazy shit. Other than that, it's just shout out to you guys for putting on the broadcast. I always look forward to going back and watching it, and I'm looking forward to being able to see myself in it now.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us. Congrats again, and I'll see you next Tuesday night.
10-4. Thanks, man.
Bob Eldred, drive of the night, not quite the hard charger. He will come up one spot shy of being the hard charger, and we'll get to the hard charger here pretty quick. But right now, we're going to talk to a guy that led 88 laps. 88 is the number on the side of his car. I don't know if it was fate. I don't know what it was. But, Matt Eddy, I thought you might have had this thing in the bag until the 91 got there.
Yeah, it was good for a Thompson race, I guess. I was out front, and that's where you want to be. Yeah, I messed up a little. It was getting tight there at the end, and Dylan got a good run, and he sent her into one, and he did what he had to do to make a pass here.
Yeah, just looked like, if you weren't in the middle lane, you were going backwards, and we really didn't see a lot of mistakes out of you. He just a little bit fresher tires, few laps, maybe 20, 25 lap fresher tires. He just made a move, and when he got there, he did what most everybody has to do to make a pass from the inside here. He moved you up into the marbles and made you jump off the gas.
Yeah, it is a little bit harder shot than I would have liked, but, it's what you got to do to kind of finish the pass for the lead here.
Yeah, it looked like, he just, like I said, he did what he had to do. Were you surprised at all at how long it took some of these guys to get through the field, knowing how fast and how good some of these other drivers are?
Oh, yeah. I knew it'd be tough, and being out front early, I don't really like that much because I don't think I'm that great at managing my pace, but I managed okay tonight.
Well, an awesome run, man. You're going to come home with second. Give us some shout-outs, some thank yous. We'll let you go celebrate.
Marv, Jeff, everybody for running the league, always putting up with all of us knuckleheads. How Racing, paying the bills, and yeah, that's it. My wife let me do this.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us. Congrats again. I'll see you next Tuesday night.
Sounds good.
Matt Eddy finishing in second, and now The little green man in the little green car, he does it again. He started dead last. Alien Connor, I don't know how they're going to slow you down, my man.
Man, that was an absolute blast. But my main focus is really just like, I know it's not really a two-groove place, but I was just trying to stay out of trouble at the beginning and try to save a little bit. And then when I think the second caution came out, I knew it was a little early, but I knew it was going to be my only shot of really trying to flip track position. So I went on ahead and came down and was thinking those guys at the end was going to come down too, but a few of those guys stayed out, so made it a little bit tougher.
Yeah, it looked like you did everything you needed to do. You were patient. You used the restarts on the outside when you had them to get positions. And then when you got to the front, short track racing, especially at Thompson, man, you got in there, you moved him up into the marbles, and away you went.
Yeah, well, I knew coming down to that last restart, I was able to get by Bob on the high side, and I knew with only I think it was 12 to go at the time. I mean, I knew if I had anything left, I was going to have to go ahead and go there. And when I got such a good run on the inside of 3 and 4, I was able to stay wheel to wheel with him going into 1. I was, just kind of tried to ease up just into his door a little bit, just to up a little bit to where I can get my turn down. But it's great racing with these guys. They give the same pushback every now and then when I deserve it. So it's good racing.
Well, you're going to do it again. I don't know if they're going to make you start in the back again next week. I don't know how they handicap you, man, but you are awesome. Give me some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you go celebrate another awesome win at ERA.
Yeah, I want to thank you being up in the booth again, as always. I want to thank Marv and Jeff for giving us a great league to run in. Gunslinger Whiskey and AMP Grading, the league sponsors. I want to thank my good buddy Caleb helping me out. Per Year Race Parts and Cold War Banker Elite with Chris and Allen per year.
All right, man. Congrats again. We'll see what they do next week with you, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That's Dylan Connor. He wins again. Just awesome, man. He just one of those. He does everything that you need to do exactly the way you need to do it, and he's there at the end every time. It takes somebody actually, maybe getting him drug into something that's not necessarily his fault. I've only seen him make a couple of bad mistakes that cost him track position in the couple 3 seasons that he's been around. So he's just really, really good at this. Our official results: Dylan Connor wins it, Matt Eddy second, Bob Eldred third, Justin Moore. Good run for Justin. It's been a little while since we've seen him have a good run like he had tonight. He finishes fourth. Marvin Turnmeyer figuring things out. And he is going to finish fifth. Adam Minnie in sixth. Matt Knowles seventh. Jeff Wardham in eighth. Reed Rundle ninth. Casey Wynn in 10th. Andrew Perry, the first of the lap cars. He is 11th. Westendorf 12th. McLaughlin 13th. Chris Griffin in 14th. John Payette was 15th. 16th went to Colin Penn. Stephen Pierce in 17th. And Austin Moore, early exit for him. Not even 30 laps into the main. He gets bumped out and has problems. And he'll finish in the 18th spot. So, that'll do it for ERA again. Want to remind everybody about Thursday night. Red Driver Mighty Midgets. Season finale, I believe, for them. So we're going to crown a champion this Thursday night. I'm pretty sure it's all down to Bo Brannon. He's just got to be Bo Brannon again. And not be Bo Brannon in race 1 at Fairbury. Bo Brannon all season long, Bo Brannon. So we'll see how that plays out. Make sure you get tuned in. That is about a 8:30 Eastern start. Until then, guys, as always, thank you very much for being here and keeping the chat going. We appreciate it greatly. I think I got to double check, but I think Barb might have been our over-under winner. I've got it marked with a check mark, so I'm pretty sure it was. I'll notify her because I have her stuff, so I'll notify her if she was the winner. But as always, guys, without you, there's no reason to do this. And without all the awesome leagues giving us fantastic racing like you witnessed right here again tonight, there's nothing for us to cover. So pats on the back to everybody all the way around on that. Till we see you the next time. Peace and love to everybody. Keep the rough side down. Good night.